Hi, this is Dr. PJ. Thank you for watching my channel. Today we're going to talk a little bit about vaccines. First, what does a vaccine do? It's a way to expose your body to a germ without getting the infection caused by that germ. That way, your body's immune system is fooled into making antibodies and other immune cells to fight a virus that isn't really there. To understand the vaccine, you need to understand the basics of the virus and how it infects your body.
So this is the coronavirus. It's like a big basketball with red spikes on it. And so if you look here, these are the red spikes. Those are called spike proteins. These, think of them like little hands. They land on the top of your cell onto a thing called an ACE2 receptor and grab on to invade your cell. So once the spike proteins right here land on the top of your cell on this ACE receptor, it gets into your cell, uses the cell's machinery to reproduce into thousands of copies. These thousands of copies then go to the surface of your cell right here and rupture your cell, go out and reproduce again, and the cycle goes on and on again and increases your viral load, which will make you sick.
Now that viral particles are reproducing in your body and increasing your viral load, what does your immune system do? It makes antibodies.
Your body then responds to all those viral particles being reproduced by activating its immune system and producing a thing called antibodies. This is an antibody, and it's usually drawn out as a slingshot type of thing, and the tips of the antibody are really specific, that they're like guided missiles that just go and look for that spike protein on the top of the coronavirus. When it finds it, it actually binds onto it right here on the tips, so it blocks it from landing onto the top of your cell and invading your cell. So it neutralizes the viral particle, and that's why it's called a neutralizing antibody. And when we have vaccines, we want to know if they produce neutralizing antibodies.
Now that you know how vaccines work and how they prime your immune system to fight future infections, let's talk about the 4 different kinds of vaccines that are typically made. The old school way to make a vaccine was to take a real virus, and you take that virus, weaken it, or you kill it. Then you inject it into somebody's body to provoke an immune response and prime their immune system. But if you have a weakened virus, you can't give it to someone who's immunocompromised. For instance, someone who has cancer on chemotherapy or someone who has AIDS. But you can give a killed virus to that person because that killed virus will not reproduce and hurt somebody with a weakened immune system. A second way to make a vaccine is to use what's called a protein-based vaccine. That's when you take a piece of that virus and use that to inject into somebody to provoke an immune response and prime the body for the next infection by a real virus. The last group of vaccines is made using DNA and mRNA technology. Now you might say, what does that mean? Think of mRNA and DNA as a little architectural plan, a blueprint on how to make proteins that make cells that make viruses. The scientists now know the genetic code on how to make the proteins on the coronavirus, especially the spike protein, which we've talked about earlier. When the virus first emerged in China, the Chinese scientists actually broke down the code and shared it with the rest of the world within several days. So, some companies, specifically Moderna and Pfizer and BioNTech, they had this code and blueprint for how to make the virus within a few days of it being discovered, and they went to work on it right away. Those companies could use cutting-edge technology to make copies of the spike protein using those blueprints. Think of it like a 3D printer on steroids that could make spike protein in millions of copies. They put these copies into a vaccine and use that vaccine to help prime your immune system. In my next video, I'll talk about the vaccine making process, Operation Warp Speed, and how it's going through the same clinical trials and safety steps as previous vaccines. If you like this video, please click down here in the corner to subscribe, and don't forget to click on the bell to get notified when I post new videos. Thank you for watching, and everyone out there, stay safe.